And that was the first time that I realized that I'm not my thoughts. That who we are is something more than the thoughts that run through our head all day long. And I tried a bit of meditation and spiritual stuff. I got very into psychology and applied psychology and NLP, and so my first sort of 18 years of work was based on the idea that you could learn to control your brain, that your brain was the source of all your pleasure and pain, and if you learned to control your pain, you could have more pleasure and less pain.
Mm.
And pleasure was at that point my best attempt at happiness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? That's a common one.
Yeah.
Right? As well, let's try pleasure. Now, in positive psychology research, they talk about pleasure, satisfaction, and meaning as the sort of three types of happiness and how you get each of them. And so then I got into positive psychology, and I at one point had 9 separate certifications in my coaching to do with all these different fields, and yet I was aware that the thing that made the biggest difference in my life was what I called the fourth kind of happiness, which was contentment,
Mm-hmm.
which had nothing to do with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, I just either was or I wasn't,
Yeah.
regardless of what I was doing, regardless of whether I was a good person or bad person in my mind that day, regardless of whether I was experiencing any pleasure or not. Even when my life felt meaningless, I could be content.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like I can look back on that now and go, oh, I was seeing the gateway to this.
Mm-hmm.